So the work that you've done on Realm aside, right? Because that's the culmination of a 20 plus year career and always thinking and not discounting those thoughts. Don't discount those thoughts. But really back to the beginning of it all, of you're now switching industries and you're needing to go out and activate that sphere that you have. So as a thought leader, meaning you provide value when you walk in the room. That's the basic, like to me, that's the table stakes of a thought leader. Like if it's at the community level, if it's at the, finance level, if it's, you are a skilled professional in something. So you do some work in your community, which you were new. You didn't grow up there.
Mm-hmm. No, that's right. We moved here. And so, but again, it goes back to kind of some of that philosophy. And I give my husband a lot of credit because he was the one that kind of said, look, Julie, if we're going to build a business here where we expect this community to make us successful, we need to make sure we're making this community successful. And I think that is an incredible kind of keystone. It's become an incredible keystone to our real estate practice and to actually, really the industry, because now we're looking at it like it's not just our community here in Jackson Hole, but it's our community of peers. Like we want to give back more than we get so that we continue to kind of grow that relationship and always add value and get invited to participate in things like this podcast and in things like the incredible community foundation that we have here in Jackson. We've just been given these incredible opportunities to be around really smart people and to expand kind of our knowledge base just based on some of the services and the philanthropy that exists here in Jackson. And those are things that enrich our lives. But then in turn, it also has created an incredible sphere of influence and helped us build a more successful business.
So I want to focus really hard here on the community foundation. Okay. Those things are near and dear to my heart. I think they're fabulous. And so a lot of people, again, that I talk to kind of discount what they can do, right? Because you start with giving, right? You give back. So you are on the community foundation board in Jackson Hole. Well, what is that? What do you do?
Well, so, the community foundation here, Jackson Hole, Wyoming is the most philanthropic community per capita in the nation. And so when you look at kind of the core DNA of this community is all about giving back. We've got about 250 nonprofits, and the community foundation acts essentially as that philanthropic bank for those nonprofits. And so what's happening when people move into the community is they're looking to domicile here. They're looking to kind of invest in new ways, connect with people that share their passions. It goes back to that same thing, when you know that somebody is an animal lover, or that somebody has a real passion for conservancy, then we can help make those introductions. And then they join, boards of those nonprofits. They give back in different ways. And so really as a board member, we're looking at just kind of the 30,000 foot view of the philanthropic landscape here in Jackson, but then we're also looking at ways that we can deploy our resources, ways that we can connect with family offices and charitable giving foundations. As more and more people relocate to this market, it's just a wonderful way, again, to get to know people and ultimately help advise them. I mean, Wyoming is very interesting because we don't have the state income tax. And so we've got a lot of that kind of influx too, in terms of people. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. In terms of people relocating here for all kinds of financial reasons. But to be able to share that expertise and to be able to do it in a way, it's not necessarily something where, I can't tell you how I've monetized it. I don't think that there's a dollar value that you assign to that, but I think it's something where it's absolutely been critical to the overall success of my business. And then also the perspective that I bring to Realm, or that I kind of am able to bring to our colleagues, as people say, well, how are some other ways that I could network within my community? I mean, we were talking about it before, Diane. The community foundation it's foundational in a lot of markets like yours or mine.
So I like how you very efficiently described it. You call it a bank for nonprofits. Okay. And so when we think about the work that we do and where we can give back, we need to be efficient with our time and serve in places where we can both satisfy the idea that we're giving, but also in places where our services, we are the popular, right? A real estate professional is the popular person at that cocktail party. I like to say today, back in the day, because I'm old enough, that in the late 90s and early aughts, it was how many stock options do you have? Today, it's what's your house worth? And
Totally.
so, yeah, so you get to be the popular person there because they're going to ask you, like, tell me what you think of the market. And one of the, that is the true reason why we here at the Institute created the luxury market report. Because what that does is it makes the real estate professional have something they can give people, right? It's that giving that creates the thought leadership to the community at large. So CPAs, family offices, no, they all want to know what's happening in real estate, don't they?
Oh my gosh. I mean, you're absolutely right. Nobody, I can't think of anybody that doesn't love talking about real estate, right? I mean, and so you get to be kind of the popular kid at the party, but it's so interesting because I think you make such a great point in that, like, being good at what you do and being knowledgeable is kind of table stakes. And so there's a marketing guru named Bruce Turkell who says, people do not work with you because of what you do. They work with you because of who you are. Right. And so when you think about, what the Institute puts out in terms of just information and collateral and just absolutely invaluable information on what's happening in these markets, if you can go in and be dazzling and then you back it up with all of this wonderful information, that's magical, because then it's like, you've got the thought leadership piece down. You can talk to a lot of people. You can be a community builder. You can be a philanthropist. You could be all of those things. And then you follow up with really great data, that's beautifully put together. That makes people talk. And again, it goes back to kind of being intentional about building that sphere. I mean, when you're talking about it at a cocktail party, it's not like, hey, I just happen to have a market report right here in my handbag. But it is like the next day, I will send a follow-up and just say, it was so great talking with you. I love connecting. Just in case you were curious, here's some additional information on what's happening right now. And that it isn't anything that they couldn't necessarily get elsewhere. It's just beautifully synthesized, put together, and kind of wrapped with a beautiful bow on it from the Institute. And it's like, that's the kind of magic formula.